Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. It's a whole lot this evening on the program where we'll get the Nigerian stories and also our duty, our regular duty on the show. We continue to x-ray the 2024 Olympic Games, how Team Nigeria is preparing and what we need to expect at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. I have on the show this evening Noah Sampson joining me on Sports Update. Noah Sampson, welcome to Sports Update on Trust.
Pleasure is mine, Mr.
All right, let's go straight to business. We'll start with this particular story just this afternoon. Yes, it's a good news. Finally, we'll have a replacement for Halimatu Ayinde, who injured herself during club duties just a week ago after her name was included in the 18-man squad for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. That is the Super Falcons in women's football event. And just this afternoon, Coach Round the Wardroom has replaced Halimatu Ayinde with Ifeoma Onumonu as a replacement for her because of that injury. And we know that Ifeoma Onumonu was on the alternate list. And as I'm saying, I think I love this. I love this because instead of going for another midfielder, our coach actually opted to bring in a striker, now joining the likes of Asisa Toshola, Echegini, and co up front.
Yeah, it's a very good one. When we heard of the news of what's her name, the other lady being injured, it was quite disheartening, and we were quite because she's a very fantastic player with much experience, and now bringing in but I don't know the rationale of bringing in a striker instead of being a midfielder. So I don't want a situation where we'll be having much more strikers and we have a deficiency in the midfield. Okay. So that it won't be like what we experienced at the AFCON 2024, where we have a lot of attackers, but the midfield was actually lacking. So he's a coach. His coach, he knows what to do best. But I think he should have brought in a midfielder as a replacement, not instead of bringing a striker.
Okay, bringing Ifeoma Onumonu. I can tell you that he's a versatile player. She can also play at the middle of the pack or play behind the main striker. That is one versatility with her. If you go to the Women's Nations Cup, we saw what she did. She was playing behind the main striker, and I believe that is what the coach actually looked at, bringing her back into the squad.
So that's why I said he's the coach. He knows what, because he's much of a trained person, better than we here. We are just trying to just give our opinion. But to me, I think he could have brought in a natural midfielder. He's not someone who is versatile. You know, when someone is versatile, maybe you have a defender who is versatile. He can play as a left back, as a right back, as a center defender. But you cannot compare how he or she, that player, particular player who is a natural center defender. You cannot compare the way their progress or the way they play when it comes to that play as a center midfielder. So that's why I say I preferred the coach bringing a natural midfielder instead of bringing someone who we think is versatile. But as a coach, he knows the best, and we hope the best for the Super Falcons.
Okay, we hope for the best for the Super Falcons. They are right there in Spain, putting finishing touches to their preparation for the Paris Olympic Games. The game will start on the 26th of July, so we are counting down days, and the big one will happen for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games as Ifeoma Onumonu replaces Halimatu Ayinde, who injured herself. All right, still talking about the Paris Olympic Games. Before we go over to the next story, now let's look at the Super Falcons. They will be playing a friendly game against the Canadian women's national team in Spain before they will leave the shores of Spain and straight to France. How well? So far, so good. What are your expectations? Do you think the Super Falcons, just the way they did at the World Cup, can surpass what we saw at the World Cup and probably maybe get to the semi-final?
Yeah, I think I've already said it more than twice or as many times as possible on this show that the the Super Falcons are more reliable than the Super Eagles because of the way because of their commitment to the game better than the male counterpart. So I believe that them playing at them going to the Olympics, they're going to surprise, do better, much more they did at the World Cup. Because even at the World Cup, when they lost against England, Nigerians were not sad because they knew these girls put in all their all, but the game didn't just go in favor of them. So I believe they are going to do more progress further or better in the Olympics. But the issue I'm having is that the match against Canada, they should play with ease. They should not go and injure themselves. Please, we've already placed what's the other lady? Halimatu Ayinde now.
Ashley Plumter,
so it's so painful when I found out she was not going to be in the team. So they should. It's not a do or die affair. If you lose the ball, let he or she go. The person dribbles one, let her go. I mean, let her go. So they shouldn't play as if it's
play with care.
In fact, if you know you cannot, don't run too much.
Okay.
Just go gently so that you don't get injured, because we don't want a situation where you have to bring another player into the team, because I think these players have already been together for some quite time there, so they know they understand themselves. So exactly. So bringing a new person to the team is going to be, especially being in a very crucial role, and maybe the player that gets injured, God forbid, is playing a very crucial role. Bringing a new player to the team is not really a good thing.
Okay, let's see how that goes. Ifeoma Onumonu replaces Halimatu Ayinde in the Super Eagles squad, and then Regina Otu has been called up to fill in the space where Ifeoma Onumonu left. That is in the alternate list, because Ifeoma Onumonu was listed in the alternate list, and now Regina Otu will take over that position, that place in the alternate list. All right, let's go over to the next story. We'll talk about the Olympics. This time around, we'll look at tennis, where it's a good news also for Nigerian. These are fantastic. Let me use this word, fantastic 7, where International Table Tennis Federation thumbs up Oshonaike Toriola on Olympic appearance. Now, these two tennis greats in Nigeria, Oshonaike and Toriola, will be appearing in their 7th Olympic Games. Massive one. And you know, when it's 7, they say it's a perfect number.
Yeah.
And this is the 7th month, and the competition will be starting in the 7th month, and they will be appearing in their 7th Olympic Games.
Wow, it's quite long. Seven Olympic different
outings.
Games. It's quite a very good one for the players, and we just pray when they get to the competition, injuries, because it's something. There are things where the athletes have already prepared their mind, been prepared to go and perform well, and injury comes in to come and play part and try to not even make them achieve their goals. So I just pray injury do not affect these players, and I believe they're going to make us proud. They are going to make us proud. Oshonaike is the only female among the perfect 7. They say Club 7 for the Olympics. She started her sojourn in the Olympic matters in 1996, and 1996 she was there at the Atlanta, 1996, 2000, that was Sydney, 2004 in Greece, 2008 in Beijing, 2012 in London, 2016 in Brazil, and 2020 in Tokyo, and 2024 in Paris, France for Oshonaike. And for Toriola, also started in 1992, 1996, massive one for Segun Toriola, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, and 2024. Fantastic table tennis players coming in from Nigeria. These two players will be there at the Paris Games, where it will start on the 26th of this month. We are just looking forward to the Paris Games. Probably on the show, we'll continue to look at Team Nigeria, how they progress and how they are preparing for the Paris game. As you can see on the screen, you see Oshonaike in the midst of the men, big men right there on the screen. They call them the club. You also call Agba table tennis. Yes. This is Club 7 of the table tennis event. All right, let's leave that story and come to the continent. A good one. Yes, we have been able to showcase the continent to the world. African continent during the last 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, and one man is actually commending that show of craftsmanship during the AFCON 2023. That is Hervé Renard, the coach of the female Le Bleu national team, commending the African Cup of Nations, and having looked at what has been going on in the Euro 2024, the man has come into conclusion, and he says AFCON is far better than the Euros. He scores AFCON higher than Euros. I think I will agree slightly with Hervé Renard. I don't think it's true. He's saying the truth. He's saying it because if you can look at before the Euro started, we knew those that would get to the final. We already predicted
The finalists.
Yes, we already predict, and if you check, most of the predictions are actually true. But look at the what do you call it, the
African Cup of Nations.
Nobody knew Nigeria would get to the final. Even Nigerians never believed that we get to the final. Even the Ivorians were at the edge of leaving the competition before because Zambia lost against Morocco or Algeria, I can't remember. That was what made them yes. So and they later on went winning the competition. So it's really, it's not lying essentially, because the competition you can really just, okay, we know Turkey. I think the only thing that really surprised everybody was Turkey, that they wouldn't get to the round of 16. Apart from that, other teams we knew Scotland was not going to go far. We knew Georgia was not going to go past. Apart from Georgia, who surprised us, and Turkey, we knew Georgia was not going to win Spain. It's just the plate. We knew it. We knew against France, Spain yesterday. France, Spain yesterday. We knew because of the way France have been playing that they've not been playing fantastic throughout the competition. We knew it was going to be difficult for them to win Spain. And Spain yesterday played a fantastic ball and won the match. So it's not lying. It's something you can really dictate. And okay, these guys will get to the final. And against the match today, England England playing the game. We can also predict from the game plan of the English players that they might not qualify, or they might even qualify because of the way they've been playing. So it's something you can predict. Unlike the AFCON, where you cannot even those predict. You just say, "Oh, let the best team wins." So even at the final, we know when you get to the final, it's either England or Netherlands. When they get to the final, you can also determine who's going to win the competition also too.
Well, if we look at the whole proceedings so far in the Euros, what has been your low moment? Your low moment in Euros, the highs, the highs. We've seen the highs, but what is your low side for Euros? Something you really didn't. Okay, you expected something to happen in Europe, I think, and you're not seeing.
I think the English team is one of the teams. Their games so far. Apart from the first game they played, which they played quite okay. Apart from that, I think they've been struggling. They've been either they win through, they score them first, they equalize, get the penalty. Same from when they've been playing their match. So I think that's one of their matches have been the lumen, because they have great stars in that team, but it seems the coach is not able to utilize the stars in that team. So I think the English games have been my low moments so far in the competition.
Okay, has been the low moment for you in the competition. Now, still talking about Europe. Now let's go straight and look at the fixture for tonight. Netherlands against the English team is coming home. That is the slogan we always hear with them. It's coming home. Will it come home this time around? In 2020, it was home, and eventually the Azuris came there and took away the cup. But this time around, they are in Germany. Is it really coming home? Tonight, they will be battling the Netherlands, the Orange, who also hasn't been spectacular in this tournament. But if you look at the Dutch team,
they played better than the English team so far in the competition.
Why did you say that?
Because they've been better, either you like it or not. They've not been struggling. I think the English team has not been the English team you just want, because of the kind of players. You can see the likes of Foden, Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Saka, we have Palmer on the bench, Ibrechize. So with this kind of players, all these players I've mentioned are all first team players in their different
various
clubs, and they all play at top different teams in the Europe. So what we expect is something like, these guys are going to perform really spectacular, but they are not doing that. Look, unlike the Netherlands team, we still have, but most of the players, if you are not someone who watches football very well, you won't know some of the players, because they are not all like bigger teams. Some of them play for their own league also there too. So that's why I'm saying the Netherlands have played better to me in the competition, better than the English players.
Okay, than the English players. Still looking at the fixtures for tonight. Why do you think the Netherlands or the English team might just get it wrong? Let's look at the Three Lions first. Defensive-wise, they've been good. And going up front, they take their chances when they need to take it. So which area would you want to see a difference in their game today?
I think there should be a rotation in the team. The likes of Foden is a fantastic player, but has not been in form so far. You have other players at the bench on the bench who can fill that position if he's not in form. drop him and bring someone else, because you can see from the if I'm not mistaken, from the quarter final, I mean, one of the things that they'll be winning via penalty shootout or via late winning. It is those players they brought from the bench. The likes of Rich Easy, this guy from Brentford, Ivan Toney, and then Palmer, and the other players that have been the one even creating the chances, making this present English team winning their games. So why not bring all those players instead of waiting? Because if you go lucky at the round of 16, you go lucky at the quarter final, you might not get lucky in
the semi-final,
because that affected Nigerians all the way. We don't score a goal. And the AFCON, we score a goal, then we defend.
We got to the final.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might not be. That's why we score a goal, we defend. We score a goal, we defend. We score a goal, we defend. Now at the final, we scored a goal, we defended, and we ended up conceding 2 goals more again. So it's better for them to just have a kind of change in the first 11. If Hurricane is not in form, bring Ivan Toney to the team. He's a fantastic player. We have other. If Jude Bellingham is not,
Jude Bellingham is irreplaceable in that.
No, but he has
because he's been the man carrying.
He has been coming from the. They have been bringing him, dropping out of the bench at the second half and putting someone who better than him.
Because he has played quite a number of.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
let someone else come up.
When you have a star in your team,
you can see Gordon's that plays for Newcastle. You can see he has been on Watkins from Aston Villa.
Gordon's will have to wait for his chance.
Watkins have been on.
Okay, let's still looking at that. Let's look at the orange team. That is the Netherlands. Now, also they have a very good squad, fantastic players in the likes of Depay, former Manchester United player Weghorst and co. is there. We still have the ageless Daley Blind. We have a couple of good players. We have Virgil van Dijk, a man who is actually controlling the defense. Now, going against the English team tonight, these two countries, in a way, both players, they have their players playing in the same league.
Yeah.
Some are playing in La Liga, some are playing in the English Premier League, while some just play in the German Bundesliga. But most of the players ply their trade in the English Premier League and La Liga. So for the Orange, what do you think is going to work for them tonight against the English team? We cannot take that away that the English defense is solid.
They are very solid, and I like the English comeback. When you score them, they come back and later win the match. I think the Orange team have been fantastic so far, but I think they waste a lot of chances at the front. I think the front is not as potent as I think they should, because you have the likes of Depay, Frimpong, and also
a man who is carrying them. Gakpo.
Gakpo. I think Gakpo has been one of the most
exciting players in this tournament.
Because if you watch their matches, you can see some chances. Why should you miss such chances?
Gakpo.
Why should you miss some chances? So I think they should work on their attack. They should make sure they don't miss chances anyhow, because against the English team, if they lose chances anyhow like that, that might be the end of the game.
They get punished. Okay, your prediction for this game?
I think it's going to end a penalty shootout.
Okay, penalty shootout. Still talking about the Euros. We'll still come back to that before we go finally away from the show. But quickly, let's go straight to the Copa America. One game was played earlier as of this morning, and we looked at that game in the morning show where Argentina beat Canada 2-0 to progress to the final. And tonight, early as of tomorrow morning, precisely, it's going to be another semi-final game, big one, Uruguay against Colombia.
I think I'm saying Uruguay winning the competition, because they won one of the teams that supported at the competition, which is Brazil. They won them via penalty shootout. So I think Uruguay is going to qualify and meet Argentina in the final.
So you are giving Uruguay the trophy?
Yeah, but I'm
against the defending champions and World Cup winners.
They are going to win. If Uruguay qualifies and gets to the final against Argentina, I've given it to the Argentines. They're going to win the competition.
Uruguay?
Yeah, I got Argentina.
Argentina will beat Uruguay or Colombia?
Uruguay. Any of them that qualify.
Okay, I will say you said so. All right, let's look at that. That game will be coming up early as of tomorrow morning. So just keep your eyes open if you really want to catch some actions of that game between Uruguay and Colombia in the second semi-final of the 2024 Copa America. Argentina will be waiting who plays them in the final. So also the way Spain is waiting for who wins tonight game between the Three Lions of England and the Orange Boys from Netherlands. That game is going to be an interesting one. I think it's going to be a very exciting game to watch, just like what we saw yesterday night between France, the Le Bleu, and the La Rojas of Spain. All right, let's look at some transfer stories on the show this evening. Quickly, let's begin with this one. It's good that we're having Nigerians also moving from one team to another, and clubs come calling for most of our players. But this time around, we go straight to France, where Roma is seeing if they can do business with OGC Nice for striker Terry Murphy. Roma eyes OGC Nice striker Terry Murphy, a man who scored double-digit goals last season for OGC Nice. He was fantastic, very enterprising player. For them, they actually used a private jet to come and pick him after the Nations Cup to join them back in France.
I think it's a very fantastic one for him. He should go to Roma. I want to see him excel in that club, because I think Nice has not been really. It's not a club I think is bigger than that club to me. I think he needs to go to a much more bigger club also, such as a Roma and other bigger teams.
But can he fit into Italian Serie A? You know, if Osimhen football is
if
different.
Osimhen, Lukman, and other African players,
couple of Nigerian players.
So he should be able to fit him too.
But if you look at it, does his style of play? Every player. If you go to a league, there are some players that go to a league and at the end of the day they don't excel.
You should look at his options. If he knows he doesn't fit to that style of play, he should rather stay in Nice, where he's going to be good. He's going to be allowed to play and enjoy himself than going to a place where he's going to struggle. So I think he should look at it. He should know. He should have watching
He should weigh his options.
He should be watching the La Liga. I say La Liga, the Italian Serie A competition. See the clubs, how they play. If he can fit in, because by yourself, can I fit in? We shouldn't like for each other, because when you're going to a team, if you kind of like the pattern of play. Like Boniface in Leverkusen, they asked him, okay, which other team would you like to play for? He said he doesn't want to. Which other league does he want to play? He doesn't want to go to the Premier League because he doesn't feel he's going to fit into the Premier League, but he loves the Spanish because he thinks he's going to fit into the Spanish league. So he should be able to look at his options. If he's going to fit to that, he should go. Okay,
all right. Let's still talking about transfers on the show this evening. Let's look at this one. It concerns another Nigerian, but he has not played for any Nigerian team. But this time around, Leicester City signs Caleb Okole from Atlanta. He was loaned out to Frosinone last season, also in the Italian Serie A. But this time around, Leicester City did a very good business by taking. He's a Nigerian playing for Atlanta, and now going back going to Leicester City.
Yeah, I think I've not watched much of his game, but I think it's a good one for him. Leicester City coming to the Premier League, and should just try and make sure the NFF should try and look at this young man also too. If he's good enough,
is everybody on the court?
If he's good enough, then they should try and invite him also too. But it's a good one for him coming to Leicester City. They also won the promotion back to the Premier League, and I think they are not ready to go back again to the Championship. So it's a good one for him.
Okay, good one for Caleb Okole, who switched from the Italian Serie A to the English Premier League. And then we'll go straight to this other side of England. We'll go straight to Manchester. This time around, Manchester United Vanny Don the Big is on his way out of Man United to join Girona. Good team. And this guy actually, I believe, all his dreams he had a very big dream coming to England. But at the end of the day,
it's football. Anything happens. So she does go to it, because he was known to Everton. He played for some time there.
Got
injured. Then I think the only season he played quite well he had a playing chance for Manchester for Man United was during his first season. Apart from that, I think he's been loan, injury, up and down. So I think it's a good one leaving Manchester United to Girona, which is a very good team in the Serie A the
In
Spanish
Spain.
La Liga side.
And for Girona, they will be playing in the UEFA Champions League this season. Come next season, I beg your pardon, after they qualify to play in the UEFA Champions League at the expense of some other clubs in La Liga. And for Girona, quite good one for them. If Donny van de Beek can find his footing, then it's going to be a good move for him leaving Manchester United. Just this afternoon, he actually penned a farewell message to Manchester United fans confirming his exit from Carrington from Manchester United. All right, still going ahead with some transfers. Let's look at these also. He's the hottest prospect in Europe this time around. He's also doing so well. We saw him last night against the Le Bleu of France. Fantastic, enterprising player, good on the wings, good with both feet. Just your guess is as good as mine. As we're talking about Nico Williams, well, we have these giants: Liverpool, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, the German machine, the Bavarians as they are called, and Barcelona, that is the Catalonian team. All of these teams battles for Nico Williams. Well, I don't. This guy is just too good.
He's a fantastic
If
player.
you have all of these clubs on your team,
then you
as
know
a player, I think your head will
But I still don't know why some pundits or some individuals still say they don't still believe in Nico Williams. But he's a fantastic player, very good player. So I think if Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Liverpool, Barcelona can be to want to have his signature and want him play for their club, then he's a very fantastic player. Because I love him also. I want him to play for Chelsea also too.
Okay, because Chelsea is your team. Let's see where he will go. He said that he remains in Spain, or he moves out of Spain to German Bundesliga. But coming to Chelsea, that's a big question that Nico Williams will have to ask. But for Noah Samson, he's wishing. I wish the wishes horses can fly, then they will. Okay,
he's going to play for us.
let's leave that transfer and quickly look at the last two on the show this evening. Though this one is not a transfer yet, but could happen. Victor Lindelof could exit Manchester United this summer. This man is looking for a regular football elsewhere. He could leave Manchester United this summer. Let's see how that goes. And the last one on the show this evening, Everton striker Calvert-Lewin rejects new contract amid Manchester United interest. Manchester United is one of the biggest franchises in Europe. So any time they go for a player, you get Manchester United.
You can't compare Manchester United and Everton. If I were to be Kevin also, I'm going to.
You reject the offer?
Why not? I want to play for a big team. I want to play in Europa or Champions League, and also at least by the end of the season, I want to at least have a silverware.
Okay, at the end of the season, hope to win silverware. I think that is what Calvert-Lewin is also looking at. Let's see if that will happen at the end of the day. All right, that is what we'll be leaving it on the show, Sports Update this evening. Noah Samson, thanks for joining me on the show. It's been a wonderful one having you.
The pleasure is mine.
All right, we just wait for that game between the Orange Boys and the Three Lions of England. Let's see if the Lions will be able to devour the Oranges from Netherlands. That is it on the program. I am Emmanuel Fashimin. Say thanks for watching.